Welcome to this tutorial on creating a Google form. This is going to cover the basics and what you need to know to get off and running. So first we're going to start with the last tutorial showed how to create a folder. So this one here now we're going to start within our example 1 folder that we created. I'm going to come up to the create button and I'm going to go down to Google Form. First thing that pops up is a theme and title window. So go ahead and label what you want it to be. And then you can create use one of these themes if you wish, just to make it look a little bit different. There's a piece of paper. If you have a holiday one, there's a Christmas one. But you can pick your favorite layout, or you can just go with the default, and then hit OK. First step is to walk through the top and what everything means. So first, if you're doing this through a school district account, such as School District U46, you're going to see require login. This will be really nice if you have students that are required to log in, because it will retrieve their email address from which they logged in. But for now, I'm going to leave this uncheck marked until next year when our students have that. Automatically collect respondent school address and name. This one only can be checked if you have the first one checked. And that's what allows you to be able to collect their names without asking a question. Then the last one is show progress at the bottom of the page. So we're going to check mark that just so students know about how far they are. Here you're going to see the title that's going to be displayed on the website. So if I hit view live form, you'll see that's the title that's being displayed. That does not have to be the same as the title of the survey. You can actually change that to being, let's say, example 2. And notice it doesn't change the file name, it just changes what's going to be displayed on the website. Next step is you can do a form description, so you can type in directions or anything else, any other important information before they start. Next step is to start adding your questions. So if you look just below form description, here's your question window. You have a variety of options such as multiple choice, paragraph, which will be much longer, text, which limits you to 140 characters. You'll have check boxes. This is good if you have questions that have multiple answers. Choose from a list. This creates a pull-down list just as you're seeing here. Scale, and you can adjust the scale to be anywhere from 1 through 10. Grid, this gets a little bit more complicated, so we're going to do a separate tutorial on a grid, but you can actually put in rows and columns and add multiples, sort of like a rubric style if you're going to use something like that. So we're going to start with our very first question, which we're going to just make a text and ask what the student's email is. There's a validation button here. You can use this if you wish. If you click on it, it brings up more options. I'm going to check mark that we're going to use it. And I'm going to say that it's a text validation it's looking for, and that it contains an email address. And you can put in a custom message if you like, so when they submit this form it will tell the student you didn't put in a proper email address. And I'm going to check mark this box to say this is a required question. For grading purposes, I'm going to put in one more text question, and I'm going to say, what is your name? I'm going to make this a required question as well. I don't need any validation with this, so I'm going to say done. And now I'm going to start with a paragraph text question. Make this a required question as well. Next, I'm going to go put in a multiple choice question. And then I'm going to add options. And you can click on other. Other will leave a blank spot where they can check mark and write in their own. I'm going to delete this because the next tutorial is also going to cover how to use Flubaroo to auto grade quizzes. And the other option then sort of will throw off the grading with that. But I'm going to also make sure this is a required question so that they can't submit the form when they're done unless it's answered. I'm going to go ahead and put a checkbox. And here you'll see there's also a help text. So on a checkbox question, you can specify check all that apply, and therefore you can say those are some examples of tech ed classes in our district. And I'm going to check mark that that's a required question. Now they can go through this and technically check mark more than one answer. Choose from a list. And I'm going to go put yes, no. Make this a required question. So that should be enough to get us started. What I'm going to then do is view live form just to make sure everything looks good. This is how our quiz is going to turn out, and check the rest of our tutorials to see how to share this in the future with your students.